Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are. It is me. Why didn't Stream Elements work? I just looked at chat. Stream Elements is not there. Hi.
Oh,
Uh,
Oh,
guess Stream Elements decided to crash right before stream. That's fine though. But yeah.
oh, you know what?
What?
Nightbot did error in someone's stream today. Couldn't reach the
Okay.
API.
It might be struggling today. But anyway, hi. Hello, welcome to your stream. Hi, Mon. welcome to your stream actually. Welcome to Mon's stream. It's hers now. Uh anyway, we're doing more Code Realize today. As we do every Tuesday. Oh. Anyway, yes, Sean.
that was meant to go right after you said it's not working.
Okay. You know that timing doesn't work in these things. You can't time a stream delay. Anyway, hi, my name is Nur. I voice Adrak as well as handling most of the narration.
My name is Tenten, and I voice Arsene Lupin, Delacroix second, the assailant, and oh shit,
London.
Whoa.
My cup is full.
It is full, yet it is half full. I am Matcha, and I voice, Sainty G, as well as, Herlock Sholmes, but we can call him Sherlock Holmes now. It doesn't feel right. And, Lionheart, as well as Van Helsing.
My name is Moji, and I will be voicing Victor Frankenstein, Nemo, Alistair, and Cece.
And I'm Brevi, and I'll be voicing Impy, Finis, the Queen, and Omnibus.
Yeah, so this is the time when I do a summary, but as a couple people know, in this voice call, forgot to do that today. You know how last week when I made a video and everything, dropped the ball this week with doing anything, even the bare minimum.
Yeah, that video had you, so you're good for the next 5 sessions without a recap because of how much work and good job you did on the last one.
Thanks. Yeah, but I mean, I was planning on doing the videos if we ever come back to things, so you won't be seeing one for a while. But last time we went on the Van Helsing route. Adrak tried to leave because she thinks she's a monster. She tried to go on a train back to Wales, but then a mysterious train conductor was like, "Oh no, you can't do that. The trains, you gotta get out of here. Just leave. Just fucking leave."
Yeah,
and then,
no.
And then she did leave. Also, there was a serial killer out that she knew about, and surprise, surprise, you got kidnapped by a serial killer. It was very creepy. It was Jack the Ripper, and then Van Helsing came and rescued her, and also she tried to spare Jack the Ripper, even though he's Jack the Ripper, and now they're all dead, and there's someone doing some suspicious things around town, like doing some murder things related to hidden strength, which is a thing that makes people super powerful at the cost of their mental sanity. So, yeah. Summary, we packed bonded with Jack the Ripper. I mean, yeah, that is that is a good summary for that one. But anyway, let's get into it. So, after that, by the time we finish speaking with Landhart regarding how to get in contact with each other, it's already midnight. It's pitch black.
Oh, I was watching the stream.
Okay.
Yes.
Van Helsing, thank you so much for today.
What? I don't think it was a good day. I told you, there is no need for gratitude. How many times must you thank me?
You saved my life. I'll never be able to thank you enough.
I feel like it's a common occurrence.
Don't think about that, but Van Helsing, I can't really go back to the others.
Why do you think that?
If I'm there, I'll cause trouble for everyone else. I can't put them through that.
That's your reason?
Yeah? He sighs,
Damn.
mildly annoyed, then stops. He looks silently up at the sky.
You must really dislike the others. The others will decide for themselves whether you're too much trouble or not. But I need you to stay close to me.
What?
I, I need you.
Okay. My heart hurts. Ow. Just
Better
that
than
one
being stabbed.
Just that one phrase. When Van Helsing said that he needs me, my whole chest felt tight. Why?
As bait? The reason is simple.
He turns and looks me straight in the eye. But for some reason his gaze is colored with rejection, much like when we had first met.
Finis lives. He is still alive, and he is after you. It might even be possible to learn his secrets through you.
So I am bait, I guess. A different pain arises in my chest. Wonder why.
You also have the Netflix account that we've all been using.
Ah, yeah.
Next time, I will finally be the one to put an end to him, not Saint TG.
I genuinely feel sad. For some reason.
That's why, and the only reason, I need you.
Why? Why do you have so much hate for Finis, my murderous brother? Why must you kill him?
That is none of your concern for the one and only family you have living.
He's not letting me in. For some reason, this makes me angry, but at the same time, I feel like he's right and hate myself for feeling this way. It is my concern. The words burst out of me. Finis has an important connection to me and father, and besides, Van Helsing, you're my precious friend, aren't you? Thomas? Thomas? He quietly exhales and glares back at me with Thomas. CG time.
Everybody has a path their rails take them. At what point did we become friends?
Oh. What? His tone is annoyed, as usual. But this time, it's not the familiar annoyance between two friends. This has a distinct ring of rejection.
I'm merely using you to accomplish my own objectives. Isn't that the same for you, Adrak? The only reason we're together in the first place is to further our own interest. Nothing will ever change that fact. Nothing.
But... So, do we consider him a friend, or... That's so sad.
Are we gonna Saitama this?
That's so sad.
That's so
Alexa,
sad.
Play Despacito.
Alexa, that's so sad. So yeah, you can go into the channel for your redeems and click grab my our controller, or we'll have RNG do it. It's the
They'll put you into the friend zone.
yeah.
But you are not actually a friend. They see you more as an item.
I shall roll the dice in
All
2
right.
seconds.
All right.
Memphis Tennessee.
Oh
will
wait,
decide our fate.
Skeletor. Skeletor grabbed it.
Oh shoot.
Skeletor, what do you want to do? Do you want to friend zone him?
Despacito.
All right, perfect. That's so sad. That's sad. I thought that after all the things we've been through together, we've come to trust each other.
If that's what you believe, then you're sorely mistaken. I have never considered you or any of the others as a friend.
Van Helsing stares at me with the same cold glare as when we first met. I'm not able to accept this, and I quietly turn my eyes down. Van Helsing? Why do you have to kill Finis? Where does this anger come from? Van Helsing turns his back to me and begins walking away without saying anything. Tell me, if you're going to use me and need me to stay close, I want to know as much as I can about you.
revenge.
His response is short and firm.
I cannot forgive that man.
I sense a deep anger in his words, but before I can ask anything more, Van Helsing stalks off alone, almost disappearing into darkness. I make my way back to St. Germain's mansion on my own. I notice a small figure standing before the doors.
Oh,
Oh! You're finally back! It's so late.
Dilly looks up at me.
You want a Pocky?
Yes, please. I just got my heart broken. Were you waiting for me?
Why do you say that? It wasn't my idea. I'm just watching Cece. He's the one waiting for you. I'm just eating Pocky.
As if on cue, Cece pokes his head out from between Deli's legs. Cece. Cece happily runs in circles around me and Deli.
When I saw your suitcase was gone, I thought you weren't coming back.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Isn't Van Helsing with you? Lupin said he was going to be bringing you back.
Van Helsing had somewhere to go. I suddenly remember that Deli despises Van Helsing. I don't know what exactly happened between the two of them, except that Van Helsing killed his dad or something. You know, minor things. But Deli said that Van Helsing is the one who took his family away from him.
You seem to like that man a great deal.
I don't know if that's really the right way to put it. Hey, Deli, what you said about him, is it true?
What do you mean?
Aren't you gonna share? I only had one. Are you just gonna eat the rest in front of me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I mean, that he, your mother and father.
Choose on Pocky. Yes. He unquestionably kills them.
I see.
Although, with Mother, I only found her lifeless body later. Did not actually witness her murder. But from all appearances, it must have been he who dealt the blow.
Thank you for choosing
Oh,
Neurosis for all
Squishy,
your
thank you so much for the resub.
malfeasance.
And it's my husband wife.
It is your husband, wife. Ellipses.
This is why I'm going to give a warning. You shouldn't get deeply involved with that man.
I mean, I'm on his route, so too late. But what?
Have you forgotten you're on his route? Once his goal has been accomplished, it is his fate to die by my hand. You are the one who told me that I don't have to be alone. When I kill him, and I will kill him, I do not want to see you lamenting his death.
Ellipses. Whatever's between the two of them is something I shouldn't interfere with. Being an outsider, I probably can't begin to comprehend the pain or suffering they've inflicted on one another.
Why don't you hurry up and get... I gotta finish my Pocky. Everybody's waiting for your return.
Yeah, thank you for the Pocky, the single stick, and for waiting for me here, Deli.
Thanks, Cece.
Thank you too, Cece. I didn't know you could bring Pocky here.
Oh, I trained him.
I smile at Cece's response, then enter the mansion.
Adrak, you're safe. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I'm sorry to worry you.
I'm turbo super extra worried.
Impy, I'm sorry. I'm fine, so please don't cry.
All that matters is that you're all right.
oh yeah. I had faith you were safe. Welcome home.
Thank you for having faith.
And not a knife.
Oh.
I don't know what you were thinking. Leaving out without saying a word? Don't be such a stranger of paradise.
I just didn't want to cause chaos.
Chaos!
Bullshit. Trouble? Ooh, what are you talking about? The real trouble would be to have you wander about all by yourself and totally not get kidnapped by a man named Jack the Ripper.
I'm sorry. The
Did you
man,
get kidnapped by someone named Jack the Ripper?
well, he was a train conductor when I met him.
We were all worried to death about.
Oh. I see.
We're tougher than you think. No matter who you are or what event we get drawn into, we can take care of each other. We need you, and you need us. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Have you considered how what you've done has made us feel? I mean, Impy's crying on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, he's crying a lot.
I'm
Oh, hold on. That's fine then.
What? You have Pocky too?
Can I
Oh,
help?
I don't know about your past. I don't know what you want to do, or how things will be in the future. But one thing's for certain.
Ah.
Ah.
This place.
This and nowhere else is where you belong. You don't need to hold anything back.
They're all so warm and comforting.
Well,
Except for one man.
Whoa, hey, what's wrong? Why are you crying?
Are you hurt? Did you get wounded? Are you sick? Do you need me to take a look?
Thank you. I'm fine.
to begin. Let me prepare some tea. Let's us all take a break. We need to calm down.
Saint Germain's comment lightens the mood. Everyone is smiling, and I really do feel like that I've come home. At the same time, I feel helpless and anxious because Van Helsing is not with us. After that, I tell everyone everything that had happened. They're all surprised, but nobody interrupts. They listen intently until I finish speaking. And that's everything I saw.
Whoa, that was some experience you went through right after you left.
Impy is the first to say anything after I'm done telling my story.
Whatever the case, I'm glad you're safe. We have Van Helsing to thank for that. I'm out of pocket.
curious about the person who was controlling Jack. They claim to be after you, Miss Adra.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Zoth. That was the voice telling Jack what to do. Was calling itself?
Yeah, do you know what it means?
Yes. It's a word that all alchemists know. Azoth is just another name for Mercury.
I know that meaning too, but what makes you think that this Azoth person's named himself after Mercury?
In the alchemical world, the word has somewhat different connotation.
What does it mean then?
Azoth is used as another name for the Philosopher's Stone. It's been thought that the name implies both beginnings and ends. Which could mean the person controlling Jack seeks to bring an end to something while also starting something new.
I see. It takes the first letter in Latin, Greek, and Hebrew, and then the final letters of those alphabets. Azoth could indeed mean beginning and ending. It's a word with a divine nature and symbolizes a perfect unification.
So he's calling himself God or something? That's rather pretentious of him.
Anyway, there's no question that it's you he's after, is there?
So it seems Van Helsing actually thinks that Azoth is actually Finnis.
Finish. Possible, isn't he?
Yes, I murdered him. Once again.
Yeah,
You
that. Yeah.
think that such a thing wouldn't be possible, but...
The conversation dies for a moment. Finnis definitely died too.
It dies like Finnis did.
Everyone's probably thinking the same thing. Van Helsing. I wonder why he has so much hatred for Finnis. We all look at one another.
Van Helsing was a member of Twilight. That means Finnis was in a position to give him orders. When the Vampire War came to an end, maybe that has something to do with why Van Helsing quit Twilight?
Everyone looks serious and falls silent. It can't be helped. We don't know anything for certain.
Either way, there's only one thing we can do right now. We need to hurry up and capture this Azoth fool. I find it hard to believe that he's Finnis himself. It's possible that it's someone else who has a connection to Finnis.
I nod gravely.
By the way, where is Van Helsing? I had thought that he would be returning with you for sure.
I don't know. He just said go ahead without him.
I see. Shall we go on and start dinner then? You've been through a lot, so you must eat, sleep. Give your body a rest.
Yeah, only if you're not cooking. I'll do that though. Thanks.
That's
Think-
different, Rob. You don't need to talk about it.
Things are peaceful for a while after that. However, I don't see Van Helsing again that whole day. That's the only thing that concerns me. That night, at midnight, in the forest near London.
Werewolves of London.
Let's be a nobleman.
Damn it! Hell, why is it after me? Monster!
Footsteps draw near. The man's family and servants have all been murdered. There's nothing he could do. They're only props for the sake of appearance. He could replace any of them at any time, but he cannot replace his own life. He has run quite far already. You can see the faint lights of the city through the trees. Almost there. If only he can reach the gates. He suddenly hears footsteps behind him. I'm going to die. He feels this instinctively and quickly spins around, drawing his pistol.
Damn you!
He fires without hesitation, but the figure he had sensed behind him is nowhere to be seen.
How could this be?
The thing that was chasing at him is still out there, lurking in the darkness, waiting for its chance to strike.
Where are you? Come out, monster! Energy drink.
He wants to run as fast as he can, but he feels with great certainty that the moment he turns his back, death will leap upon him.
What do you want? Revenge? It means nothing. You lost. Your whole lot is doomed to extinction. God! Stop! Stop! Bleh. Bleh. Bleh.
He's
Ow.
just punching him in the face.
Ow! Holy shit, man!
His screams finally stop. The only sound is that of the insects in the night.
Cicadas?
Ew, insects.
Ew, ew. The next morning, I awake in my bed. Last night, I fell asleep the moment I lay down. I didn't realize it, but I must have been completely worn out, both physically and mentally. Compared to last night, my body and my mind feel much lighter. Oh. I look at the clock and see it's already time for breakfast. They've worried so much about me, I should at least help. I think this as I rush to the dining room.
You're helping by not being there.
Everyone has already gathered there.
You're late.
Van Helsing is here, and I sigh with relief. However, nobody is eating. There's tea and some simple snacks on the table. In the center is a single page from a newspaper. Good morning. It's past breakfast time, but did something happen? Van Helsing taps his finger on an article in the newspaper.
Azoth's acted again. It seems that he is capable of moving quite quickly.
What? I read the article Van Helsing pointed out to me. A mass murder, the word Azoth written in blood. I furrow my brow and continue reading. Last night, in the forest near London, Viscount Brandel's mansion was attacked. Do we know who he is?
Oh, who is he?
Who is he? A victim of the Azoth incident.
Oh, thank you so much. Kim.
Oh, help.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Hoshifant. Bye. Yeah, that was him, actually. We found him.
Oh my god, Viscount.
Yeah, Viscount Brandel. He died like that. It is said that his corpse appeared to have been mauled by a beast. The man's family and servants were killed, and the Yard announced the wounds are consistent with an animal, like a bear. However, Viscount Brandel himself was found dead in the forest a small distance from his mansion. The word Azoth was written on... Oh, it's Ren. You got a Ren. That's my mom, written on the tree he was leaning against, apparently with what seems to be the Viscount's blood. Scotland Yard has been under recent scrutiny after the attempted cover-up of Jack the Ripper's escape. A picture accompanies the article. It's a grainy photograph showing the letters written on a tree in blood. This is the one who controlled Jack.
Most likely.
Van Helsing, do you think this is also the work of Finis?
I think it's quite a high possibility. You seem to know about my past. That's all it takes for me to find him suspicious. I'm going to go to that location. What about the rest of you?
I'll go, of course. As long as they're after her, we can't just stand aside and do nothing.
Same here.
Me too. I can't allow things like this to go on without doing anything.
If all of you are going, I shall accompany you.
Thank you, everyone.
I shall go this time, as well.
Oh, we're looking at his reflection as we can't see.
His voice comes out of nowhere. Scuttles out of the floor. Deli, who has so far been avoiding the rest of us, is watching us intently from the floorboards.
Yeah, I'm down here. I'll involve myself in this incident. That's one way of saying that, I guess.
I mean, that's fine. It's a perfectly decent way of saying it, but is something bothering you? Does anything about this stand out to you?
I'm not going to say anything until I have proof. However, I cannot overlook this. Do you take issue with this, Van Helsing?
You don't need my permission.
I'm not tall enough to ride this ride.
Van Helsing says
Then
this
walk
currently.
alongside it.
Oh, then leaves the dining area.
Oh, he left without eating anything. It's not my fault if he passes out from hunger.
It would seem that Van Helsing is having a difficult time remaining calm.
Yeah, I won't let him go alone. Let's all go together. The others all agree.
Fine. I'll make him a sandwich or something. You don't need to help me, Dragons. That's fine.
I'm good
No,
at
no, no.
it though.
I got this. No,
I'm
I got
really
this.
okay.
I got this.
It's hard to say whether he'll have an appetite after seeing a murder scene.
We'll be hungrier.
The crime scene isn't far, and we arrive at Viscount Brandel's mansion after an hour's walk. I didn't think such a violent crime could take place so close to our own mansion.
We're almost there. Viscount Brandel's estate is beyond these trees.
Just as he says, we can see what appears to be the roof of a large building just past the trees before us.
Sorry, folks. No trespassing beyond this point.
Which paper do you write for? We've been ordered not to release any more information to the press.
2 police officers step in front of us.
A cab. My name is Abraham von Helsing. Captain Leonhard requested that I aid in the investigation.
Van Helsing? The human weapon? That Van Helsing?
Idiot! That lady journalist this morning claimed to be Queen Victoria.
Oh.
And you let her waltz right through. You're way too gullible, you know.
You're gullible. Anyway, I'm sorry, but Captain Leonhard has ordered that no one is to be allowed through, even if you're the queen. Uh-oh. Do you really not get it? Come on, Van Helsing, it's no use saying anything to these uptight buffoons. That's disrespecting a police officer!
Hell yeah.
A-cab.
And
As Impy and the policeman begin to argue, I see a familiar figure running towards us.
Oh god.
hey now!
You're at all.
What's up? What's this commotion? Leonhard, good thing you're here. I'd like you to take me to the site. Oh, it's you, Van Helsing. Thank you for coming.
Oh, he's for real?
Seriously? Oh dear, please, sir, I'd love to get your autograph later.
Paying no mind to the excited policeman, Van Helsing and Leonhardt greet each other briskly. Leonhardt even seems somewhat cheerful. Van Helsing's skills must be regarded quite highly.
Situations progress so quickly. I didn't expect this to happen.
Good day, Captain. You're just as hot-headed as ever.
It's you! What? Lupin, you!
Leonhardt's expression immediately changes at the sight of Lupin, who had been hiding behind the rest of us.
You're under arrest for treason, obstruction of justice, and defamation against her dead majesty and myself.
Leonhardt quickly grabs Lupin and handcuffs his hands behind his back.
Oh, Leonhardt, have you forgotten that we're under the protection of the late queen herself?
The handcuffs fall to the ground in an instant. Respect the dead, motherfucker.
What? How did you do that just now? Answer me. With regards to Azoth, we'll be cooperating with one another to investigate these crimes. Is that all right, Leonhard?
Leonhardt picks up his handcuffs and inspects them furiously, then nods somewhat reluctantly.
I didn't think Lupin would be tagging along. Fine. Let me show you the mansion first. Please
you're
don't
right.
steal from it.
With Leonhardt's grudging agreement, Lupin and the others begin to follow him. Deli and I try to join the group.
Listen to the music, we gotta see a murder. You stay here.
Record scratch. We're not going on a fun trip? What? Why?
The paper said it looked like the people have been attacked by a beast. This will be a disturbing scene. And it's better if you stayed here to avoid you getting sick and getting in everyone's way. We won't be long. Just sit tight.
All right.
I don't see why you're concerned about me.
I don't need you licking the blood.
2 years ago, I buried most of my kin. One blood-soaked house isn't going to phase clan me.
Deli.
And there's no reason to stop you. Come with us.
Van Helsing and others walk off, and I stand for a while, waiting for them. It's been some time and they haven't come out yet. There's probably a lot to investigate. I look around the area for a bit. Then I find something red on the ground near some bushes. Is this blood? Near the murder house?
God.
I look
Okay,
closer.
Resident Evil.
And there are a lot of tracks here, as if multiple people had been walking back and forth right here. I remember something Lupin told me. Footprints can leave a lot of clues behind. That's why a good thief takes care to never ever leave footprints behind.
Remember never to leave footprints behind.
Thanks, Lupin. It's almost like I can hear them. They're different sizes, but all the same shape. Probably the police officers. That
Get
means
thieves.
there's something over there that had gotten their attention. I'd better go take a look by myself.
Yes, by yourself.
I follow
Excellent
the footprints and bloodstains to the edge of the forest.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
By myself. Then I push through a thicket and see it, red smeared all over a tree trunk. The word Azoth written in what is most likely the victim's blood. The paper had said that Viscount Brandel was killed alone as he was trying to escape. He probably died right here. Huh? I feel like I'm being watched. And look up. But somebody's watching me. There's no one here. I suddenly feel nervous, and even the sound of the treetops swaying in the breeze feels eerie. I should go back at once and...
Huh? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Um,
I turn around in surprise and discover Impy standing there. Lupin and the others appear as well, with Leonhardt standing at the very back. I'm sorry for walking around on my own, again, but I found this place while I was waiting and...
It's fine. The yard's all over this area right now. There shouldn't be any danger.
Of course.
Van Helsing
this is here
steps
too.
away from the rest and stares up at the word Azoth as Thomas scuttles behind him. What is it, Van Helsing?
My Thomas senses are tingling.
He's right here.
These letters written in blood. The handwriting is different from the last time. This is just an assumption, but Azoth's ringleader is likely is doing his bidding write these words. Perhaps as proof of their loyalty, or in return for his support. I must say, it's in poor taste. They drive their employees quite hard.
That's probably a message from Azoth to hand me over. God damn it.
Try not to overthink things.
You can tell.
Yes, your thoughts are simpler than you might imagine. Then, we'll continue our investigation on site. What will you lot do? Please don't get in the way.
There might be something left here that will provide some proof. I'll help.
Lupin, Impy, and Saint Germain all agree with Victor's intentions. I probably won't be much of use here. What should I do?
Come with me, then. If you want to keep those who are here from worrying about you, you're less likely to have trouble with me.
Aren't you going to investigate the crime scene here?
There's someone I want to call upon. I'm going to see him.
What's that supposed to mean? Should I come along?
You can come if you want, but the place I'm going to is the home of Herlock Sholmes.
Oh,
Wow,
shit.
all my voices today.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
my God.
I forgot. After
All
that.
my voices today.
Yeah. After that, Van Helsing Deli and I head for Baker Street where Sholmes lives. Needless to say, Lupin didn't want to come with us after all.
I'm gonna go hang out with the blood.
This is a middle class
What about the
district where rows of houses line the street. According to Leonhardt, the place where Sholmes keeps his office and lodging is on this street.
I have to know.
Okay.
Sholmes uses this location on Baker Street as a temporary home. Though he's a genius, his eccentric actions, such as firing a gun out in his room out of boredom, stand out.
I'm sorry.
What? Is he just a texting?
He just fucking like shoots a gun like, I'm bored. Bang.
I'm bored.
Herlock.
This is probably the best one of those.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's keeping the rent down, that's right. Gotta keep rent down.
What a
Deli,
hero.
are you sure you don't want to stay behind at the crime scene?
Why would I want to do that?
You seemed very interested in the news this morning.
Well, now I know that Sherlock Sholmes shoots a gun out of boredom. Don't concern yourself about it. I understood enough. There was no point in staying there any longer.
Deli sounds a lot more confident than usual. Could this be because Van Helsing's presence?
Never mind that. Van Helsing. I certainly hope you've noticed.
I'm not blind. Of course I noticed.
What are you two talking about? Instead of responding, Van Helsing and Deli suddenly turn down an alleyway.
There's a rotten egg.
What's the matter? Why are we running? I ask as they grab my hands.
In that corner, Delacroix. Do you know what to do? Delacroix.
Don't you try to give me orders. I'm eating Pocky.
Still holding hands, we turn again down an even narrower alley and hide in the shadows. I finally understand what they're doing, and I make sure to stay well hidden. Immediately after that, the tracker who had lost sight of us appears at the alley's mouth and runs towards us in a panic. Van Helsing and Deli look at each other and nod.
Nod.
They jump out of hiding at the same moment.
Don't move. I'll have to react if you do.
Trying to follow me, were you? Very presumptuous for a mere human.
Shit, I don't know who this is. Haha, well, you got me. I surrender. Van Helsing and I both sigh in relief as the man raises his hands. Oh. You! You're from Twilight! The man sitting before us is the same one who had captured me during the attempt to kidnap Venice on the train. I take a step back and prepare myself to react appropriately in case something happens. Van Helsing doesn't seem to be bothered at all, however. Why not?
Delacroix, this man is not an enemy. He is an ally.
Van Helsing lowers his gun.
What are you talking about? Twilight want to catch her, don't they? Aren't they your enemies?
This man is an exception.
Of course he is.
Though Deli gives Van Helsing a quizzical look, he slowly relaxes.
That was quite a sloppy attempt to tail us, coming from you.
My apologies! I just wanted to test if you were as sharp as before, Abraham!
You completely underestimated me, then.
Van Helsing, who is this old man?
Respect your elders. I suppose I never properly introduced myself. My name is Jimmy A. Alistair. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Adrak.
You can call him Jiminy Cricket.
Fuck you. I hold a decently high position within the Twilight organization.
Then you're our enemy after all, Jimmy.
Please excuse my actions during our previous encounter. I had to act that way in front of Finis.
Don't worry. This man isn't my ally. We were both betrayed by Finis, and we both share the same objective. Kick the shit out of it. Though the difference is that I'm after Finis himself, while Alistair is after the entire organization. He leaked information regarding the orders given to Twilight. And Adrak, he is the one who gave me information about you. After that, I was unable to contact him, and I faced some difficulties.
I'm sorry about that. But if you can forgive me, it was very difficult to communicate with you without him knowing.
But excuse me, old man. But when we were on that train, Finis was about to capture me. Van Helsing could have been killed. There's no way you were secretly on our side back then, Alistair.
That incident in the train car. I was going to help you escape later. Same with Abraham. I'd never kill him.
I can't trust you. If Lupin hadn't saved us, both Van Helsing and I would be dead. I feel an intense, indescribable pressure, and I stare directly into Alistair's face. However, Alistair doesn't appear to be too troubled, and only strokes his beard while he responds softly.
The more I say it's true, the less you'll believe me. Then again, there's no other way to show that I am trustworthy.
I still don't trust him, but Van Helsing is the first one to back him up.
There's no need to doubt you. You're trying to shift things our way as much as you could in that tight corner. I know what you're capable of better than anyone else.
Don't think you're giving me too much credit. You shouldn't expect so much from this old fool.
It's apparent that the old man is coughing up a lung, and that the two trust each other. If Van Helsing has that much faith in him, does that really make him an ally? Are you saying that you saved my life?
It's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it.
Oh, dating at Mastery? Get at least one date a week guaranteed?
Uh-oh.
Oh shit, it's gone.
I couldn't help myself from wanting to keep you safe, as you're a friend of my former student.
Your student?
A friend.
Friend?
Alistair is a university professor, and has been guiding me in my studies. I took his art
Alistair-
history class.
Alistair smiles and nods.
Professor is just a title. I'd like you to visit sometime when you're free. Friends of Abraham are always welcome.
So, Alistar was it? What business do you have with Van Helsing? I'm sure you didn't follow us here just to make small talk.
Deli, who had been watching from the side, speaks to Alistair with an almost hostile intensity.
That's just how I sound.
He seems to still be on the fence regarding Alistair.
Don't glare at me like that. Of course I didn't come here just to chit-chat.
He takes a small breath and begins to speak quietly.
Now that Finis is dead, at least publicly, I am able to move about freely.
Publicly? What do you mean? Was the Finis that showed up in Beckford's lab a fake after all?
That's what I want to know as well. Is Azoth actually Finis? If that's true, then who was that person who died in Father's underground facility?
This is just a theory. A game theory! But the Finis that you encountered there was likely a body double or something.
There's something.
What?
Anything.
What? Are you telling me Saint G just killed an innocent and he's still...
I mean, it could be a puppet for all I know. Yes! Though it's hard to believe, there is a very good chance that Finis is still alive. I've even seen him with my own eyes, though he and I haven't exchanged any words. The day after he was supposedly killed, I saw him walking around the palace. I hadn't felt chills like that in a while since
Number
I
15.
Number 15. How could it be?
Burger King foot lettuce. That's no question. It was Finis. It was the Burger King foot lettuce.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm feeling chills. Damn it. Are you telling me the boy really is immortal? It's preposterous.
Calm down, Abraham. Either way, unlike before, Finis is unable to make appearances in public places. However, I have yet to grasp what exactly he is up to in the meantime.
I wouldn't take Finis as one with agoraphobia.
Oh.
I have my own theories. He is a ghost of sorts now, wandering in search of his other half.
I mean, I guess you could think of it that way, but what do you mean?
I don't know.
Van Helsing spends some time telling Alistair everything that had happened. Jack the Ripper. The word Azoth written in blood. Jack Black. The recent mass murder.
I see. If Finis is behind this, it seems he really has lost his mind. Lost his marbles.
You don't
lost
say.
his noodles.
Go on.
Lost his car keys.
Cool clocky. As far as I know, he has always been crazy. Cuckoo cuckoo.
Ellipses.
Has anybody told you, Deli, that you have an OO on your hat?
Van,
Shut up.
Van Helsing grinds his teeth, fuming.
Like a train.
Why is Van Helsing grinding his teeth?
As a result of Finis's disappearance, I was able to take back some measure of leadership over Twilight. Moving forward, you can consider Twilight an ally, Abraham. Above all else, you seek revenge to see that justice is done.
I do enjoy Twilight Princess. Not just me. Us. Love that movie.
How about the vampires? How do you feel about those? Anyway, that's right. Finis has been driven into a corner like never before. It's only a little farther until it's all over.
Yeah, and as for your question earlier about the vampires, I don't feel like I'm in good company to say.
Hey,
I sense a special connection between them, bonding over Twilight and associated properties. One that I shouldn't interfere with as I watched them shake hands. For some reason, I find this upsetting.
what?
Now then, there's no point in getting caught up in conversation here. Your little girlfriend is glaring daggers at me. She's a feisty one.
I'm not glaring.
I'm just kidding, my lady. Good luck, Abraham. I'll let you know as soon as there's any progress.
Adrax's like, how dare he consider this old fart a friend, but not me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, like, this old decrepit man is his best friend and I'm just here.
This crusty ass old man.
Yeah, exactly. Alistair turns and disappears into the crowd on Main Street as if melting into the scenery.
What's with you?
Huh?
You look happy for some reason. Something on your mind?
I'm kind of conflicted, but still a little happy. I mean, he's gone,
Stop
so...
it. Stop being happy.
Why? Why?
What does that mean?
Because now I know you have a friend.
Shut
Van-
Shut up.
Van Helsing had said that I was not his friend, but he referred to Alistair as his ally and seemed peaceful when he was here.
Is that all?
That upsetting feeling I'd had earlier. It was probably because I want Van Helsing to see me as a friend and comrade just like that. Yeah, just like that. For a while after that, we continued down Baker Street.
Run, run, run.
There's
as
no
fast
bread
as
down
you
this street.
God damn it.
can. Oh, good. This is it.
We arrived in front of a building in a row of apartments. This doesn't look like a detective's office.
Dang.
It doesn't, does it? If Linhard wasn't mistaken, he should be here.
Perhaps I should have asked this sooner. But is this Sholmes really going to be of any use to us? He shoots in his room out of boredom.
I see the bullet holes right there. I think it would be very reassuring just to have him on our side. Even Lupin runs away at the sound of his name. Probably because he shoots his gun everywhere. I think this is Sholmes.
Ah, that can't be helped. A thief's instincts are always to run from the law.
The door suddenly opens, revealing Sholmes and his gun.
I thought you would arrive around now. Welcome. Come in.
Jesus. Van Helsing, he's shooting at us? Did you tell him that we were coming here?
No, I didn't. He probably predicted that we would arrive through some logical reasoning.
We follow Sholmes into the apartment and are shown to an ordinary parlor. There's nothing here that I would have expected at a detective's office to have.
This room isn't actually my office, but it's a bit of a mess and can be used as an office. With barely any room to walk, I apologize, but let's talk here. I use it for VR on the weekends.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh,
Sholmes
he
CG,
gets a CG
really?
in Van Helsing's room? I forgot that. What the fuck?
What is it you want? Huh. I've assumed that you already figured out why we're here. Oh, you overestimate me. Well, let me make an educated guess.
Sholmes chuckles and gestures to us while he thinks aloud.
You're here today seeking some sort of information regarding the Azoth incident from last night. How's that?
You're right. How did you know?
It's, oh my god, elementary, my dear. I was going to say that as a joke, and it actually came, oh hell yeah. I've welcomed any client to my business for the past few years, but right now I've limited that number for my own reasons. It's been the same once I moved to London. Only a select few in Scotland Yard know of me here, and maybe Captain Leonard. If you've made it this far, I am assuming that you have Scotland Yard's blessing, or that you have contact with Leonard.
Sholmes continues talking as he glances through the paper spread before him at his desk.
They're all busy right now, chasing after this Azoth there fellow. The one behind Jack the Ripper, as well as the Brandel murders. Van Helsing and Adrak. I hear that you were involved in the recent death of Jack the Ripper. More like Jack the Rip.
Sholmes has easily surmised how we are related to the incident with Jack as well.
It is the common thread is shared by all these points is Azoth. That name. Then, the reason you're here must be that you seek as much information as possible and want a professional detective's help. That's the only natural conclusion. What do you think?
Sholmes shrugs. It's like he sees through everything we do. To him, we're open books. His gaze looks so omniscient that it feels a bit uncomfortable.
Oh, 1 second.
Telly seems particularly bothered by Sholmes and naturally puts up some distance between the two of them.
It certainly appears that you're worth requesting cooperation from. Oh, do I meet your demanding standards? Let's talk business then. I keep my work and my private lives separate. My skills don't come cheap. It doesn't matter. Lupin will take full responsibility for the payment.
I will?
What? He will?
Oh!
Is he sure he wants to make promises before he checks to see if it's acceptable?
Well, you're hiring a detective with a thief's money. I enjoy the irony. You're requesting that I solve the mystery of Azoth incidents and find out the truth. Is that correct?
After that, Sholmes quietly listens to our story and without showing any signs of surprise or shock.
I see. So everything is mostly as I had already expected. Take a look at this.
He shoots a gun out the window. He spreads a map of the city out on the desk. There are dates and information written on a number of points on it.
Within the past few months, the number of violent crimes within London has increased at a rapid pace. I was pretty sure it wasn't me shooting my gun out the window. I was personally interested in that. I've been following them for a while and discovered a strange commonality.
A commonality?
What is it? This.
Sholmes takes a separate set of papers from a drawer in his desk. It is a list of names and armed forces ranks? Several of the names at the top are crossed out. Viscount Brandel's name is one of the ones with a line through it.
This is a list of those who received commendation after the Vampire War? Exactly. I had a client in the government for whom I solved an interesting case. He provided me with this list.
He gently traces a finger over the names with lines through them.
As I'm sure you understand by now, the killer has been murdering his targets in order according to this list.
From the perspective of a vampire, such individuals deserve death.
Deli quietly says this as he leans against the wall.
Oh,
Van Helsing, your name's on here too.
Indeed. After the current top person on the list is killed, you'll become the next target. You came to me at a good time. The problem is, how did the killer get his hands on this top secret list? The killer is within the government, or Azoth has some connection to it. It's one of those two scenarios. Or it was leaked on War Thunder. Then I'm going to assume that Azoth is within the government. Azoth has been an accomplice to a number of crimes. After Jack's story, I'm inclined to think he has a certain charisma. This charisma draws criminals to him, and he has the intelligence to control them. One could even call him a Napoleon of crime. I prefer a Neapolitan of crime, but okay. Either way, I'm unfortunately still in the middle of my own investigation, and I have yet to learn the truth about Azoth. Azoth is Finis.
Van Helsing states this quietly but firmly, leaving no room for doubt. Sholm seems mildly surprised.
Oh, Finis? Are you referring to the technology advisor in the British military, Finis? You believe that he is Azoth? Yes. Bleh. Yes. On what do you base this theory? During the events with Jack, Azoth left a message containing information that only Finis would know.
Information only Finis would know. It was most likely.
Wow!
Who is Azoth again? I fucking forget.
you'll just need to
Fin-
continue being a puppet, like you were during the war.
Oh,
You don't want to lose someone precious again, do you?
those words, spoken by Azoth.
Yes.
Puppet
Maria!
loses something precious, like Shadow the Hedgehog. I wonder what it all means. Sholm shoots another gun.
What? I don't intend to tell you exactly what he was referring to. Oh, I see. Huh. That's fine. I'll keep your story in mind. I have just one word of advice for you.
Sholmes pulls himself upright and looks towards us.
The one currently calling himself Azoth seems to have the tendency of working 2 nights in a row. Which means that tonight, the survivor at the top of the list is going to be his target. That is useful information. Good thing we've hired you. You are welcome, but be careful. This opponent will not be easy to take down.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate,
Viz-
Mon.
Yo, thank you. Viscount Brandel was killed by a vampire.
Huh?
Yes, I knew you would like that information. I have no doubt whatsoever about it.
I'm the only one who reacts in surprise.
Oh.
Van Helsing and Deli both seem unfazed by Sholmes' words.
I would assume so. One of our hated enemies is dead, and the terrible state of that mansion. I can never forget that brutality. It was the style. Someone I knew very well knows best. The killer is most likely a pure-blooded vampire like myself. Yo.
Gasp. Anyway, we return to the Brandel estate and rejoin Lupin and the others. We relay Sholmes' information to Lanhart as well.
It's sunset.
By the time we return to Van Helsing's mansion, the sun is already set. Just imagining London every time the time of the day changes. He's like, it's noon.
Ding doon, ding doon.
It's
It
9.
is noon.
We gather in the lounge and discuss how to proceed from this point. Although Deli is with us, he doesn't say anything, choosing to simply listen to us talk.
Eating Pocky.
Oh. Several yard officers have already been stationed at the home where the next attack has been predicted to occur.
Van Helsing's voice carries quite well in the quiet room.
I'm going to join them, and I intend to capture the vampire who's been committing these crimes. It isn't you, Deli, right? that does not fill me with confidence. But this is my fight. There is no need for any of you to force yourselves to join me. I will handle it on my own.
His expression is tight and stern. If I let him go through with this, he's going to go somewhere far away where I'll be unable to reach him.
I'm going far, far away.
I'm coming too. Azoth is after me. I'm part of this as well. I won't get in your way, so please, let me come with you. I stare at Van Helsing. My words come from the heart. As if synchronizing with my attitude, Lupin speaks up from the side.
I'll obviously come along too. Either way, the only remaining clue to Isaac's whereabouts is this Azoth Metron Synthos fellow.
Exactly. If we let him get past us, we'll be completely stuck. I'll try to help out as much as I can, so Van Helsing won't have any problem when it comes to catching that guy.
I'm sorry that my motives aren't as honorable as yours, but I am curious. I won't get in your way, so allow me to
Uh-huh.
come?
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Come too, of course. If the vampire war is the root of all of this, it concerns me as well.
So we're all going together. After all, fine. As long as you don't get in my way.
Amidst all this, Victor timidly raises his hand.
There is one thing that's bothering me.
What is it?
If the target's as well guarded as you say, don't you think the vampire will simply not attack tonight?
That's not possible.
Deli suddenly speaks up.
There's no point in increasing the number of people present. It will only just fuel that man's anger. Gender.
Gender.
Whoa.
What are you talking about? Do you know something about the murderer? Yes, I can tell from the scene we saw today. That was the aftermath of a fight involving my father's highest subject, math.
Not that. Anything about that?
He was referred to as Nyuntot. He was feared by humans and respected by our race as one of the great vampires.
But could you show us a pamphlet on Neonto?
He was also my master in the art of battle. Van Helsing.
Oh.
I'm sure you recognize this name, don't you?
Not at all. Oh, yeah. Of course.
If you intend to capture this man, I will come with you. I will attempt to convince him that as the vampire leader, I cannot stand by and watch the subject of mine fall to Darkness Kingdom.
Kingdom Hearts.
I will advise against that.
Why? What right do you have to stop me, Delacroix the Second? Scary, scary,
As you-
scary.
Oh shit. Man, that's still scary. As you saw from the disastrous condition of the crime scene, he destroys his targets with an intense hatred.
Same, brother.
If he were to find out that you've been acting alongside humans, he'll likely try to kill you too, despite your status. Will you be able to fight one of your own kind? Could you fight to the death against your own master?
That's...
If you don't go into battle with the intent to kill him, you will die. I don't need anyone slowing me down. You should stay put here.
Deli says nothing more to Van Helsing. Actually, he's probably shocked into silence.
Uh,
Ugh.
yeah.
That night, at midnight.
It's midnight.
Oh, thanks, London. Let's be Mouchley.
What? I don't need the police to guard me. I've hired some of the highest skilled bodyguards out of my own pocket, see?
They get munched.
A voice. In very tiny guards out of a very tiny pocket.
They're all heroes from the Vampire War. There's nothing to be afraid of, no matter what comes our way.
Sorry, a Fryad?
Is afraid spelled? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Fryad.
Bryad.
Yeah.
There's
no-
nothing to be afraid of, no matter what comes our way.
Such an annoying voice. It's
What?
just Leonhard.
Isn't that?
It's just Leonhard.
You don't even know my name. However, considering what happened to Viscount Brandel, there's no harm in strengthening your personal guard, even with pocket police.
If anyone were to find out find out that I were put under police protection because of a single vampire, I'd be a laughingstock.
Do you understand vampires, sir?
I know what that man did. He has pocket police. He believed a ridiculous rumor that the blood of a vampire brings eternal life. He drained the blood from many vampires who were captured and killed them. He can never be forgiven. Words flash in the back of his mind as hundreds of screams from the past eat away at his reasoning. They can never be forgotten. Vampires with 2 S's. Who wants to go up with that?
Vampiress.
Vampiress.
Oh, Vampiress.
Please, please, not my son.
Mummy! Mummy!
The voice echoes through his mind.
Stop.
The voices go on and on, never stopping. They can never be forgiven. Humans can never be forgiven.
No.
His Nuentote's voice echoes through the dark streets in the night. While everyone is shocked, the bodyguards are the first to take action. Jesus Christ.
What happened?
The all quickly aim their guns, but before any of them can pull a trigger.
Oh.
Nuentote has twisted his neck in an unnatural direction while it snaps under his extreme strength. Jesus Christ.
Scuttles around.
What a chiropractor.
Really good at chiropractic. No. As guard after guard crumbles to the floor, people passing by on the street hear screams from inside the building.
And then people started clapping.
People are running for their lives, but his anger doesn't subside. This is nothing. Compared to the tragedy of 2 years ago, this cannot even compare.
Fire! Fire!
Bullets fly through the air.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
It's just another midnight. He ignores them and kills the shooters one after another. 2 or 3 bullets seem to pass through his body. It doesn't matter. If what he does even the slightest bit to dampen the anger, hatred, and sadness he feels, he will kill as many as it takes. It doesn't even matter if he dies.
Why is he an officer?
Yo!
He
Because
lost.
to him, he's just an officer, I think.
I guess.
To, like the
Perspective
vampire.
shift.
Yeah. A man in a police uniform draws a sword. He jumps forward, his fist already shooting towards to kill the man from Scotland Yard. The man rolls to the ground, but was able to deflect the bow slightly with his blade and avoid serious injury. Commendable. He suddenly stops. He has finally found his target, Mouchley, trembling in fear at the carnage. Hey, old man, over here. Run for it.
Wah!
Mouchley obeys the instructions shouted at him and begins to flee across the street.
Does he cry?
When he tries to follow,
What?
there's an intense burst of light, and a cloud of smoke clouds his vision. 2 men stand beyond the white cloud. They stand in his way, as if provoking him.
Right, Victor. You better not mess up and get yourself hurt.
You too, Lupin. Don't make me have to perform any unnecessary first aid.
I don't know who you are, but I will not hold back if you stand in my way.
Nuntut
Oh.
stands up straight and then squares his stance and begins running towards the interlopers with deadly intent.
So that
Square
zoom,
up, bro.
Fierce
that
attack.
zoom is like actually the zoom that would start a random battle, right, or a boss battle.
Yeah,
It'd go
yeah.
into the RPG.
Yeah, just like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Breath of Fire 3.
Yeah. The men avoid the blow just in time, but he doesn't pursue them. He only has one target.
Mauchley, I'm coming for you.
He rushes to another alley. No matter where Mauchley runs, he can follow him by his scent. One whiff of that stench is enough. He will not escape.
You
Sniffs his
smell
He's
like
a-
shit.
He's a stanky one.
at that moment.
Hey, old vampire man, I feel you, but you won't go any further. Behold the stylish man stopping you. The name's Impy, but
Hey, hey, vampire man, I'm gonna let you finish, but
The fool is thrown aside, and his body
Hey!
flies headfirst into a pile of trash.
I
you know,
resent
in
that.
tarot, the fool is not a bad card.
Funny, he thought he had punched the idiot hard enough to go straight through the ribcage, but the man is
Yeah.
still alive.
Words hurt too, you know.
Oh, Impy, you shouldn't be sleeping out here.
CTG.
At the very least, you'll catch a cold.
CTG. I'm not here by choice. Ow.
Oh,
Another man steps from the shadows. A slender figure. One look is enough to understand that this one is powerful. He will not be so easily dealt with. He hesitates for a moment. He is confident that if they fight, he will win. But the anger in his heart is directed solely towards Mauchley. He cannot let his target escape. Not that man.
Whoa.
oh.
He leaps higher and higher into the night.
It's night.
Not to attack the thin man, but to avoid him. To kill Mauchley. To appease the endless nightmare of anger and despair that lives in his mind.
Oh my, what do we have here?
CG, why aren't you going after him?
Do you think I'm Spring-Heeled Jack or something? You make
I
it
don't
sound
know,
like
you're
it's
weird,
just
man.
people. Not even the latest model of automobile could catch up with him.
He
I am
runs,
weird.
leaving the voices behind. His senses are acutely heightened. The odor of Mauchley's putrid perfume trails behind him, leading him straight to his quarry. Your perfume
the shit.
sucks. Eventually. The alley opens up. He arrives at the bank of the Thames River. Mauchley is here, along with 2 others. One of them is...
You.
a man he hates from the depths of his soul. The man who cannot ever be forgiven. The man who betrayed and murdered his beloved king.
You will pay. All of you. You weak humans. And you. Abraham Van Helsing.
Nontut's shout pierces through the darkness of the night. I instinctively back away. I'm Adrek now, but Van Helsing remains calm and slowly raises his gun. There are no guards or police officers around. Van Helsing had them keep their distance to avoid unnecessary casualties. Oh shit, he has an image.
Oh.
Look at me.
Whoa. Oh shit.
Oh shit, is that... Wait. How'd you... Wait, is that...
Who are you thinking of?
Rendo?
Oh god.
Shit.
God.
You figured me out.
He wasn't human after all.
Oh shit. This is the first time we've met face to face. Neo and Tote. Shout.
You. What are you doing here?
I'm dealing with you.
Van Helsing's tone is completely flat, not letting Nyontut's anger change it at all.
Hey, Drek. Send Mauchley down to the sewage canal and get him away from here.
Right. This way, Mr. Mauchley. Mauchley and I walk towards the nearby entrance to the sewers while he's pissing and shitting himself. I turn back and look over at Nyontut with a bitter feeling in my heart. His feet and legs are stained red with blood, most likely not his own. Our original plan had been to intercept and attack him here, by the river, instead of staying in the mansion. But Mauchley had rejected the idea, claiming that his public image was more important.
My public image is so important.
As he's shitting himself.
If only Mauchley had listened to our directions, so many people wouldn't have had to die.
Who?
You know, innocent civilians?
Ah, the plebeians.
Oh. Maybe I should just left you up there, buddy. There is a gunshot and a crash. Van Helsing must be fighting. Run as far as you can. I promise to come find you later. Fingers crossed behind my back.
Oh, why must I debase myself by wading through this god-awful sewage canal?
It's the obvious way of avoiding the worst outcome. Just go.
Silence. This is all your fault, isn't it? I should have let the good for nothing police take charge of things to begin with.
Fine. I don't care what you do.
Me neither. Oh, what did you say?
I heard what you did to the vampires. Van Helsing told me. So if you want to die and pay for the sins in your past with your life, I'm not going to stop you.
Grrr. Fine. If you want me to go, I'll go.
With much indignation, Mauchley runs into the sewer.
Good thing I can hide shitting myself in the sewer.
I've been put in charge of keeping him safe, which means I should really go along with him. However, I just don't care.
Gah! Ah!
I suddenly hear Van Helsing shout. I strain my ears, but I can't hear any more gunshots. What could that possibly mean? Hey, Van Helsing? You good, buddy? I hurry as fast as I can back to where we had been. Van Helsing is still pointing its gun at Nyontut, and the vampire is intently watching him. It seems like the worst is yet to come. I take another look at Van Helsing and realize that he has wounds all over his body and blood is dripping from his mouth. Van Helsing, the unbeatable Van Helsing that I'd seen do so much, is wounded? Van Helsing!
Stay back.
I almost run to his side, but he raises his voice sharply and I stop in my tracks.
This man is strong. And what's more troublesome?
I won't forgive. Never, never forgive. Never. You humans do not deserve forgiveness.
Nyuntut looks up at the empty sky and screams so terribly it sounds like it's tearing him up inside.
Why are you screaming at me, bro?
This single-minded madness. I've seen it before. No.
Yes. Hidden strength. There's no question.
Van Helsing says as if to reaffirm my memory.
Most likely, Azoth himself subjected Nyuntut to hidden strength.
But how?
I don't know. But he is in a state exactly like Jack was when we were in the sewer with him. His sanity is gone. He's being driven by desires and impulses at war with the nightmare from which he'll never awake.
If I remember how strong Jack had been. If hidden strength can bring out that much power in a human being, what would it do to a vampire who is already so much more powerful than humans to begin with?
What will it do to a human doing? Stay back. I don't have the strength right now to both protect you and fight.
But... Nyuntut lets out a blood-curdling roar.
Wretched filth that would harm my people. I will break you to pieces.
Nyuntut runs at lightning speed. Van Helsing is able to accurately shoot Nyuntut despite his speed, and with each blast from his gun there's a bright flash in the dark.
It's no use. No use. This is meaningless compared to the pain my people have suffered at your hands.
However, even though he has been hit several times, Nyuntut runs straight towards Van Helsing. Van?
Hello?
Discord's fighting.
Oh. Mood. The vampire's powerful fist sends him into the air.
Bye.
Oh no, he's gonna do a juggle combo on him.
Van Helsing slams to the ground and continues sliding for some distance on his back. Van Helsing? Nyuntut approaches, slowly as if enjoying the sight of Van Helsing suffering. When I see this, I start running despite myself.
Damn it! Adrak! Stop. Stay back.
I ignore him and place myself between the two of them.
Ellipses.
I pull off my right glove. The poison on my body is proof that I am a monster. It's something that I loathe. But in this moment, I'm almost thankful that I have this poison within me.
Idiot! I could do it. Idiot! What are you doing? Get out of here while you can.
I'll buy it some time until everyone gets here. I can at least do that much.
You're no match for him. Nah, fuck, man. I'm a bad boy. But do you want to die?
I can hear Van Helsing's pained voice from behind me, but I don't turn around. I simply stare straight at Nyuntut and take a fighting stance. In the past, someone precious to me died because of me.
Pain and suffering of my people, I will avenge it here and now.
I can't stand and watch as someone else I hold dear dies before my eyes.
Stop! Adrak!
Here and now.
I will crush you. I can
Oh,
almost
damn.
hear him say that as he advances towards me. I don't care if I'm no match for him. As long as I can protect Van Helsing, I don't back down and I lash out with the sharp blow. Then, there's a frightful wind. Somehow the only thing that touches me is a blast of moving air.
I made it in time.
Deli? A small figure is standing between us. It's Deli, who was supposed to be back at the mansion. He had grabbed the wrists of both of us just as we were about to strike, stopping us in the nick of time.
You.
The Nyuntut had been out of control only a moment ago. When he sees Deli, some clarity seems to return to his eyes.
Wake up, Nyuntut. Do you not recognize me for who I am? I am Dracula Delacroix, son of the great Delacroix. You mustn't continue this way. As the leader of the vampires, seeking revenge falls to me as my duty. There is no reason for you to taint your hands with something like this. You who swore your loyalty to my father.
He stands in front of me in Van Helsing and shouts at his fellow vampire. He seems more mature than usual. Despite the situation, I find myself thinking that it must be his father's influence.
You're defending humans?
I am simply not defending humans. Oh wait, I simply want to stop you.
Stop me?
Yes, you're merely strangling yourself. If this continues, you'll only bring about your own ruin. Nyuntut, you are my master, and as close to me as a brother. Shit.
Are you okay?
I dropped. My wish for you is to give up trying to fight them.
You dropped your wish?
Spend the remainder of your life someplace far away from humans, like the Antarctic, or Cafe Enchanté.
Cafe Enchanté? I've heard of that. But give up fighting? You're telling me to forgive the humans?
No! I don't want you to lose any more of my people. I don't want you to hurt yourself anymore. Ah, shit.
Evil ellipses.
Deli desperately calls out to him, but right before our eyes, Nyuntut's eyes cloud and give off an eerie glow. Almost red in color, unlike the brown.
What are you talking about? That's impossible. Humans tried to eradicate our people. They must pay for what they've done. There's no way their actions can ever be forgiven. They can never be forgiven.
With this shout, he stamps down with his foot, and the ground around us begins to shake. As if the world is resonating with Nyuntut's anger. And London.
Anger.
Fine. If you would betray your race for humans, you are the greatest sinner, one who tarnishes the honor of our king. I shall send you to hell with my own hands.
Yeah.
The attack is instant. Deli brilliantly intercepts a blow that was too fast for me to even see.
Ah.
Why? Why do you choose to stay among the humans when you have such power? Why do you not try to avenge us, your people?
Humans are to be hated. I understand that. But.
Whatever he's trying to say gets cut off when Nyuntut punches Deli with his other fist.
Yeah.
Deli! Nyuntut does not attack him again. For some reason, hitting Deli seems to have hurt Nyuntut worse than it did the boy.
It's so loud.
There's a sudden gunshot, and Nyuntut is caught in an explosion.
You're still able to move, Van Helsing?
Van Helsing somehow finds the strength to stand up and is reloading his gun despite being short of breath.
I'm the one you want, Nyuntut.
Right now, the best thing to do is, are we going to help Deli or help Van Helsing? So, a child or a grown man? Who are we going to help out of a deadly situation?
A child.
A child.
So you're saying we should help Van Helsing,
That
as
you heard him?
Delacroix is way older.
I mean, he's like, I don't know. I could punt him probably.
Hey,
So
Oh,
yeah.
you're still there?
We'll punch you to safety.
what the hell?
Oh, Skeletor, you got it again. Van Helsing. We're gonna help Van Helsing.
Oh shit.
Help Van Helsing. Van Helsing! I run towards Van Helsing, but Nyansut's fist is even faster, and the world seems to slow as I see it coming.
Right, Scratch. You may be wondering how
Hey, Drac.
Right before the vampire hits me, I'm thrown aside with a powerful force, and Van Helsing takes the blow in my stead. I hear the bones cracking all the way from where I am. No, it's my fault.
It's technically Skeletor's fault. I'm fine. Go look after Delacroix.
No forgiveness. No forgiveness. I will not forgive any of you.
Nyansut shouts and jumps back to create some distance.
I'm going to end you all.
He rushes toward...
Oh.
He rushes forward with all his might. The intense, murderous urge to kill Van Helsing is directed straight at him.
Death to the enemy of our people. Death to the enemy of all.
In response, Van Helsing... For some reason, he lowers his gun instead of pointing them at the enemy. What?
I cannot die yet.
Van Helsing looks so vacant. I scream weakly. Ah.
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 I cannot die.
Nyansut approaches. Death approaches.
This is the end, Van Helsing.
I won't die yet.
Van Helsing is going to be killed. My fear is about to become a reality. I can't remember what I scream. Ah. But... His fish should have caught Van Helsing. Instead, it cuts through the air and in Van Helsing's place. There are several explosive noises. In the next moment, Nyansut has crumbled to the ground and is down on one knee. Then, Van Helsing, who had somehow escaped Nyansut's attack and hit him with an explosive, walks towards us. His movements seem superhuman. Could this be Van Helsing's full power on display?
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. It's so much like... Van Helsing? What was that?
It was a gamble. Maybe it helped that I was so desperate to live. No, I'm hardly the type.
I see. Van Helsing looks upon Nyansut, sprawled on the ground. The vampire lies there unmoving, as if looking up to the stars in the sky. A silent wave crosses on the surface of the river. It's hard to believe that we'd been engaged in mortal battle moments ago. We stand together in this truly quiet moment in the night.
Did I lose, Van Helsing?
So it would seem.
I see. All I can do now, then, is hope that you fall to the depths of hell.
I wouldn't worry about that. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going. Perhaps I'll see you there, Leontot.
I'm definitely not looking forward to that meeting.
After he laughs, Nyansut's voice is soft. Could this calm and gentle voice be Nyansut's true demeanor before he was taken over by hidden strength?
Strangely, my heart feels lighter, as if I was dreaming.
Huh. It appears that one. It appears this was one tough nightmare to handle.
Yes, I was trembling the whole time. Such screaming and roaring, making me feel guilty for surviving. However, what was most terrifying was that I alone would be saved when this nightmare was over.
Ellipses. I feel like I understand some of what he feels. Elaine died, and Eddie lost her mother, and we got a care package. Thank you, Tomochi. Everyone stretch and drink.
Thank you. Yeah, I brought you a care package.
Yeah, thank you.
I could really use a drink after all of that.
It can't really help me, but you know.
Yeah.
I didn't lose anything. Hearing Yuntut brings back these memories to me.
Nyantut. I see you recovered.
I turn around at his voice and see Deli standing there, already looking a bit better. He draws closer to Yuntut and speaks to him.
Come with us, Nyantut. I need you.
Lord Delacroix.
The boy's small hand reaches out to him. Yuntut hesitates, then...
Shit.
Suddenly, Yuntut writhes in pain.
What's the matter? Nyantut, talk to me.
I hate humans, everything, the world that took my world away from me.
Impossible. Does hidden strength still have a hold on him?
Deli, watch out! Yuntut's out of control.
Silence. He is my subject, my precious comrade.
Deli crouches over Yuntut. Yuntut thrusts his hand forward, and there's a horrible sound as his hand pierces. Not Deli, but Van Helsing, who had come between them to protect the young vampire.
Can't catch a break.
Yeah.
Van Helsing! What are you doing?
Just run!
Why would you?
Van Helsing? As I run towards Van Helsing, Yuntut falls to the ground. He had punched through his own chest with his other hand, as if to put an end to his own madness. Deli, you're faster than me. Hurry and tell the others.
I just wanted to save Nyantut. Why would you?
Deli, hurry!
Ah!
Deli snaps back and runs off, Naruto
Snap
running.
back to reality. Oof, there goes gravity.
Mom spaghetti.
Don't die, Van Helsing. He doesn't respond to my panic shout.
Too late.
Anyway, that's the end of the Van Helsing route. Some time has passed since then.
The sun is setting.
Oh, thank you, London. A peaceful sunset is outside the window. Congrats on your new whole wave. Van Helsing is asleep on the bed. His breathing is even and his face is a healthy color. After that, Victor had arrived right away and given Van Helsing emergency treatment. The first aid, as well as Van Helsing's own physical capabilities, helped him to miraculously avoid any critical wounds, even though he had a hole pierced in him. A few other factors came into play.
A few other factors, uh-huh.
The X Factor.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, Van Helsing's alive.
That's good.
As for Nyuntut, Scotland Yard said they would conduct an appropriate memorial service, and Deli headed off with them.
I think it was Neonto that had the hole punched through him.
Oh.
No, they both did.
They both had a hole punched in him.
He punched a hole through himself and Van at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it worked, but you know.
It's not a mortal wound, but there is a gaping hole in his chest now. Everyone told me to rest in my room, since the excitement must have made me tired.
Excitement's a word for it.
But I didn't want to leave Van Helsing's side. Somewhere in my heart, I had a delusional fear that he would die the moment I left him alone, which is probably accurate, considering
Shit,
last night's
A
events.
new hole.
Oh, you're finally awake. Tried to cross the border, I see.
Oh, it's you. Why are you here? What happened?
It's all over. We're back at the mansion. You're gonna be fine. You have a new hole, though.
I see.
I'm glad you're alive. So glad.
Why should you care if I live or die? You're alive. And that's all that should matter to you. Don't worry about me.
I shake my head softly at Van Helsing's quiet protests. When I thought you were going to die, I was so scared. It was scarier than thinking about my own death. That's why I'm so happy that you're alive right now. Thank you for living. I tell him everything that has been deep within my heart. I don't know what exactly this feeling is. Friendship, probably. But I just wanted to tell him everything right now.
You look so bishy right now. You.
What?
When you tried to protect me and stood in front of Neontote, I probably felt the same way you do now. I don't know why, but it makes me so happy that you are still alive.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again. You gave me a fright, but I am grateful. Thank you, Adrak.
He can smile. Everyone clap for him.
Yeah, you looking like Prompto out here.
You don't need to thank me. I'm always getting in the way.
What are you saying? You're the one who treated me. When you yelled that you didn't want me to die, it made me happy. It makes me happy to know that there's someone who cares about my life.
Van Helsing smiles. I had no idea he could smile so kindly. At the same time, my chest tightens. What is this feeling? Friendship? My mouth
Friendship?
my mouth automatically opens. There's something I want to tell him. Something I feel I need to tell him. Hey, Van Helsing? Before I can finish, there's a knock at the door. I suddenly forget what I was trying to tell him in the first place.
Wow.
Something friendship, I guess.
Wow.
It's Delacroix. Adrak. You're in here, aren't you? May I come in?
I opened the door for him.
Scary, 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 scary.
Come in. He scuttles across the floor.
Oh, fuck.
Van Helsing. You're awake.
Oh, fuck, they come to do me in. Yes.
It seems that Deli hadn't counted on Van Helsing being awake yet. Deli looks awkward, but stands at the edge of the bed, menacingly.
Runs away.
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
Why did you save me? I'm going to kill you in the near future.
I haven't forgotten that. I fully intend to keep my oath.
Then why did you save me? Do you think that I won't be able to kill you when the time comes?
Deli sounds embarrassed and offended, as if he is ready to start a fight with Van Helsing
Gonna
right now.
fucking kill-
Kick him while he's down.
No, I didn't think that. Your anger and hate is understandable. Thinking back on what I have done,
I look down at the sound of guilt in his voice. Knowing that Van Helsing must die eventually almost crushes my heart. But almost. Almost.
Back then. What happened back then? I can't think that you, someone like you, will destroy my people for no reason.
Dilly speaks anxiously, as if irritated by something.
If I had a good reason, would it have made it all right to kill your people?
What?
If I had a good reason for what I've done, does it absolve me of any crimes?
Van Helsing?
Once I've had my revenge, you can kill me. That's fine. It's perfectly fine.
You.
Dilly says nothing more. After a while, he scuttles out of the room.
Scuttle, 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 scuttle.
Oh, thank God.
He looks... Are you back? Come in. Come
Come
in.
steak.
Oh.
Scuttle.
Ignis? Ignis? Oh. He looks into the distance. It bothers me to see him look so forlorn, and I ask him a single question. Van Helsing, do you want to die? He doesn't reply.
It's still sunset.
Thank you, London.
It is now night.
He walks alone atop the massive... He walks a lonely road, the only atop the massive walls that surround London. He takes his time, as if merely strolling, he walks alone.
Shadow!
The fuck? Oh,
Oh, this is Venice, probably.
it's Finis.
Yeah.
The lights of London, the city my father created, only shows its true beauty in the darkness.
Wait, who created me?
Yes. How beautiful it is. Chaos and fear are about to spread across this city.
Chaos.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. Fine. I'll play along with this game you're hosting for just a little while longer.
Bullshit.
I want to see what lies beyond it too. The truth lies beyond the chaotic screams and seas of blood.
The wind blows gently, and he runs a hand through his hair. The moon is the only thing he sees with this gentle smile. A smile filled with both beauty and madness. And two eyebrows.
Those two things.
It's morning.
Thank you, London.
Oh,
It's chapter 11, Doll Face.
Hey,
Hey,
Dollface.
Hey, Doll Face.
Hey, girly.
Hey, girly.
Tartaglia.
Tartaglia scuttles in. A few days have passed since the Azoth incident involving Yuntot. Van Helsing is nowhere to be seen at her afternoon tea time setting. Lately, Van Helsing has been away from the mansion. We have not been seeing much of him.
what, he's up and about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Van Helsing, what's he up to day after day? I wish he'd be a little more considerate to the chef cooking for him.
His wounds haven't completely healed either. They weren't critical, but he did suffer serious injuries.
Holy
like,
Okay, but he's
Not
dissing my
critical.
a new
cooking.
hole.
He's dissing my cooking, though.
Okay, but like, he should be confined to bed and resting.
And eating my food that
And
I
resting his
prepared.
new hole.
It just comes out of the hole.
Oh, shit, is that the problem?
I wonder where he's been going.
The whole
Deli.
doctor.
Deli.
I'm not happy.
Deli, on the other hand, doesn't seem to pay any mind to the conversation and continues to eat in silence.
As far as... Oh. As far as I can surmise... That's the word! It's likely that we...
That's actually what Van Helsing said. That St. Germain said.
It's with Alistair, the new leader of Twilight.
His eyes fly open. Surmise is the word. I mean, I still can't believe that Finis is alive. People don't just come back from the dead. That's just not how the world works, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
Lupin.
Yeah.
There must be some sort of trick to it. I can't imagine what it is at this point.
I love Saint Germain sitting on this, on this.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll need to make our next move soon. Azoth-related incidents are becoming more and more frequent.
This is my fault, isn't it?
It's not your fault at all. This Azoth is enjoying his crimes. He would be up to no good whether he captured you or not.
Starting to make trouble in our neighborhood.
Yeah, I agree with Impy. Besides, Sholmes said something similar.
Ah, thank you. I feel a bit better knowing that.
Whatever the case, we can't allow Azoth to go around doing as he pleases.
Saint Germain lays a piece of paper out on the table for us to look at. The page covers the details of the recent violent crimes, as well as the changes taking place in London as a response. So far, no connections has been made between the different criminals committing the growing number of atrocious acts. The only thing the crimes have in common is the word Azoth left behind in blood. Even when one of the perpetrators is caught, he commits suicide, leaving behind no clues as to who or where Azoth is. To deal with the situation, the late Queen Victoria, God rest her soul, has used her authority to call for a full cooperation of the police and the military. She's established a task force for the Azoth cases, with Imperial Guard Captain Lanhart in charge. Lanhart stressed strengthening the city's defenses first and foremost to prevent further crimes before focusing on Azoth. The residents of London have stopped going out at night out of fear that they will become the next victims of these murders. Ellipses. As far as I can tell from the article, the government forces, led by Lanhart, are putting great effort into solving the case. However, Azoth crimes are on the rise at an alarming rate. We know that we have to do something to stop them, but we're unable to make a move. I wonder where Van Helsing went.
Oh, speak of the devil. Here's the man himself.
I look up in response to Lupin's comment and see Van Helsing. Van Helsing? Where have you been? Are you sure you're well enough to keep going out? There's a giant hole, like, right there.
You're being melodramatic. I'm obviously well enough if I'm able to go out and about.
Yeah, but you should still at least tell us where you're going, or that you'll be gone for a while.
Why must I waste my time telling you my each and every move?
You have a fucking hole in your chest. I suggest you watch your tone.
Hey, cut it out. We're happy that you're fine, Van Helsing. Lupin was really worried about you.
Huh. Harumph.
Van Helsing! Were you able to get any information on who this Azoth Metreon Synthos person is?
Deli, who had been silent this whole time, suddenly raises his head.
I'm going to stop Azoth to avenge Nyuntot's death. Tell me everything you know.
Silence. Van Helsing doesn't reply right away. When he does, he glares at us all around him.
No, I came here to tell you all specifically
Christ.
to back off and not get yourselves further involved in this case.
What?
I'm telling you that I'll handle Azoth.
What do you mean, Van Helsing?
I can explain.
Oh.
Oh my god, every time!
We all turn and stare. Wide-eyed.
He doesn't know how to introduce himself. He's always talking in a weird voice.
It's the only way you can do it. He appears from behind Van Helsing. Alistair, your voice changed again.
Alistair? You mean the Alistair, the new leader of Twilight?
What is he doing here? Van Helsing, why would you...
Oh, yes, I apologize for the voice earlier. I have a bit of a cold. Oh, and for surprising you this way. There is no need for alarm. I have no hostile intentions at this moment.
Alistair shrugs and raises his hands as if in surrender. However, none of us let our guard down, and I can feel a sense of fierce hostility from all of us.
See, if you're not our enemy, then what does the leader of Twilight want with us? If you make any strange moves, I won't hesitate to dispose of you like the trash you are. I trust you're fully aware of that.
Alistair nods slowly, seemingly unfazed by Saint Germain's threat.
Sure. If you don't like what you hear, I don't care what you do with me. Hopefully, I'll be able to explain everything first.
Huh. It seems Van Helsing brought him here, so he probably won't try anything funny. I exchanged a quick glance with Lupin.
Fine, then. Let's hear what you have to say to us.
Alistair slowly opens his mouth to speak. Very slowly.
Situation has taken a turn. This is no longer just a series of violent crimes. Almost 3/4 of Twilight's members have disappeared from the organization's headquarters.
They disappeared? What does that mean?
Exactly what I said it means. All of a sudden, the members of Twilight disappeared one day, like a fog.
And how did this happen?
I don't know, but aside from myself, I can think of only one other individual who can call Twilight to action.
You're saying it's Finis?
Exactly right, Miss Hadrock. Finis definitely died. I heard it from my Twilight subordinates, as well as from Van Helsing right here. However, even that may have been part of his strategy.
You say that with Finis had planned that would be set into motion in the event of his death?
Exactly. That, or...
Or Finis is alive and giving orders.
As a man of science, I really find it hard to believe that a dead person would come back to life.
Do I? But the way things are currently, wouldn't you think it best to act on the notion that Finis might be behind it all?
No, Azoth is Azoth. It's dangerous to jump to conclusions before we've seen with our own eyes that Finis is still alive, even though that scene occurred earlier.
You must be the infamous Saint Lupin, the master thief, ever to trifle with Twilight. May I ask where you acquired your skills? I couldn't help but notice the similarity between your techniques and Twilight's.
Those who seek efficiency all end up taking the same path. Isn't that the way with everything?
Suppose there is some truth to this.
Whatever the case, if Finis decides to use Twilight to do something in the future, certain danger awaits us. You all shouldn't get involved. Go find some other route to get information regarding Isaac Beckford. Just let me handle this case on my own.
We can't let you do that. I can't stop myself from speaking out. I hadn't put much thought into it. The words tumbled out simply because I don't want to be separated from Van Helsing. As soon as I look the other way, he's going to go someplace far away. I'm certain of this. If Azoth is truly Finis, we can't ignore this case while searching for clues about my father. Besides, they're after me. I can't just leave it all up to you.
I suppose I didn't get my point across. Let me clarify. I'm saying that all of you are holding me back.
Still, can't let you go by yourself, buddy.
This doesn't seem like a conversation for the likes of an outsider like me. I'll let you know if I find something, Abraham.
I'll come with you. Any further discussion is a waste of time.
Alistair leaves the room and Van Helsing follows him out.
Peace.
I chase Van Helsing outside. The two men are standing right outside the mansion's main entrance. Van Helsing, wait!
Oh, shit.
Shall I give you 2 moments?
No need. Let's go.
You can at least hear her out. No, she's so concerned about you.
What am I, an Atome character? It's none of her business.
Don't be that way. Those who think of you fondly, that's rather rare in your case, isn't it?
Damn.
He silently
I'm
taps
so savage.
taps Van Helsing on the shoulder and walks away. Van Helsing remains in the same place. Hey, Van Helsing? What was that about?
You're quite persistent.
I'm coming with you. I won't get in your way. Van Helsing looks me in the face, then lets out a slight sigh.
Oh, my headphones fell off. Whoop.
Welp.
Okay, back. This isn't something that you can get through with pure determination. What does any of it have to do with you? Finis knows a cure for your poison. I swear to you, I'll get that information out of him. So, just leave me be.
That's not it. I don't know how to express what I'm feeling right now. I don't want to see you suffer anymore.
You think I'm suffering? What makes you say that?
It just looks like you're deeply hurt, like there's a hole in your chest, and it's like you're trying to get yourself killed. I feel like I can't leave you by yourself.
I see. Your concerns are completely off the mark. And even if I were suffering, it's none of your concern.
But
Stop. Just think about yourself. Get rid of that poison, and go to live a happy life as a normal person. If there's anything I wish for you, that's it.
But I feel... What do I feel? I don't quite understand what I want to say. What exactly is Van Helsing to me? Then I hear the noisy cry of a horse. I look in the direction of the sound, wondering what it could be.
Van Helsing!
Jesus Christ. With a desperate look, Blanhart rides his steed through the mansion gates. He dismounts from his horse and advances towards Van Helsing.
Something terrible has happened! I need to tell you all. Gather the rest of your group because I need your help again! Is it Azoth? I can handle it a little.
We're all in the dining room. Please come in.
Thank you, miss. I'll go right in. Smells delicious. Drak, you.
We've gotten through everything together. That's why we'll always be together.
Do as you want. A pirate is free.
Van Helsing and I rush back to the mansion.
Several soldiers broke into the palace while the dead queen, was in her coffin again, dead, never to be alive again, in life or in game, was holding court.
They were holding a seance.
Yes, our weekly seance. These soldiers shouted nonsense as they are being taken over by the queen and talking in tongues. Then went on a rampage, demonstrating superhuman strength.
This hurts you, Shepherd. Superhuman strength. That must mean hidden strength?
I know you feel this too, Shepard.
Oh.
Hidden strength? What the fuck is that? I'll explain later. Keep talking. You're in a hurry, aren't you? Yeah, so these waffles are pretty good. 3 civilians lost their lives before the royal guard and could apprehend these intruders. One of the captured men set off an explosive he had carrying, killing himself and his accomplices. Thankfully, no harm came to the dead queen's body, but 5 royal guards met horrible deaths in the incident alone, shielding her dead body with their bodies.
Oh no! The number keeps increasing.
He blew himself up. That's pretty intense.
It was actually inside of a palace.
Oh.
That was quite an extreme method. And did you find the word Azoth? Indeed, we did! It was etched in a metal box the man was holding!
Azoth again. God damn it. Again?
This god definitely damned him! But, that's not the only problem. A strange letter was in the box. It was the letter A. Appearing to be a declaration of war against Britain! We don't even have a queen!
Leonor takes a piece of paper out of a pocket and shows it to us. On it says the letter A.
I desire destruction and chaos. I desire the destruction of all order. You shall all become corpses, symbols to demonstrate my will. Oh, I'm just coming in here saying what I was on my mind.
Oh my god!
None shall be spared. Deaths await you all. The truth does not lie within law and order. Now it is time to play a game. That's what it says, coincidentally.
Oh.
Anyway. So then Azoz's goal is to overthrow the government. Did you guys hear that, by the way? Like, that was...
It's fine.
He's weird, right?
It's fine.
No. His writing makes no political references whatsoever. Maybe he considers everything as a game?
If that's the case, these for fun crimes are getting pretty out of hand.
A game. What a joke. Hold on! It's not over yet! There's one more important fact I need to tell you. Right before the men blew themselves up, they shouted, "Long live Master Finish!" Although we'd like to question him, Finish has disappeared. We really don't know what to think. It's kinda, what?
The unsurety in Leonhardt's voice makes us look around at one another.
This just raises the possibility that he is Azoth.
Based on the circumstances, that really might be the case.
Immortality. Huh. Where have I heard that before? I see. What? What on earth are you talking about, man?
Venus has already died twice that we know of. If he really is alive right now.
He's on his third round of life at least. What? Oh, wait. So that's what the Puss in Boots movie was about.
Oh. 3 out of 9 lives, huh? It's alright, Captain Leonhard. We'll just need to kill him 4 or 5 or 6 more times. I'll explain. When no one raises any complaints, I tell Leonhard the events that led up to now. Of course, I don't tell him too much about some topics that would be inconvenient. He looks at me suspiciously the entire time and scoffs disdainfully occasionally, but when I finish talking, he nods.
So, this is Azoth. Wouldn't be reasonable to assume that both times you encountered him were actually doubles? I don't think that's possible, but I can't deny that it is the most logical explanation. I understand. You'll never understand. I'll have some personal tasks to search for Finis. I'd like all of you to put your efforts to finding Azoth. To find the mastermind? We'll probably need to pay a visit to Sholmes at first.
Then I'll go with old Leonhard here to check out the scene of the fracas. I may be able to find some clues.
And shall we split into separate teams as we did before?
Keep me away from Sholmes.
I see. Victor, Impy, and I will go with Lupin. You lot can go speak with Sholmes.
If we're simply searching for him, the more help the better, right, Van Helsing?
Do as you please.
And it pleases me to do this. Wink. Van Helsing leaves the room and Deli and I follow him. Anyway, that's gonna call it for the night.
It's sunset.
This is really fun.
It sure is sunset, everyone.
What a wild night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
We are finding Sholmes.
Yeah, we sure are. Anyway, we do this every Tuesday, so we're gonna be back with this again. Honestly, it's probably gonna take us 1 or 2 more streams of this to finish it up. It's probably not gonna be next week though. I feel like there's like a little bit too much to do in one stream. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's probably wait a minute. Does that mean? Hold up. Does that mean?
Hold it up.
Oh.
Does that mean we'll be finishing up this route on Valentine's Day?
Oh my god, we might be.
We might be.
Oh my god.
So we might be finishing up this route on Valentine's Day. Yeah. I am very excited for that. Hi, Bubby. Bubby's very sleepy.
Aww.
Anyway, let me see who we're gonna raid tonight. Let's do that first. Yeah, how you enjoying it? Especially the one
like
person who
these
doesn't
scenes.
know.
They're filled with good vibes of sadness.
I mean, yeah, that's the route. A lot of sadness.
Also,
this one.
I find it really funny that we're doing this route after St. Germain's, where it was all about immortality.
Yeah, and now
And
everyone's
everybody's
dying.
like, wait, somebody's immortal? And then St. Germain's in the discussion like, oh, yeah.
Oh wow,
probably that.
immortality. Never.
That's funny, huh?
Oh my
Huh.
god, never heard of
Very
that.
interesting.
Who's immortal?
My reaction
How?
is
It couldn't be me.
Van
Couldn't be me.
Helsing.
I know. Every single time he fucking said Van Helsing, I was dying.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Von
Van
Helsing.
Helsing. Oh my
The
god.
Helsing organization.
We are gonna be raiding Salem. Salem's
Ayo.
streaming God of War.
I just smacked him.
Okay.
What did Mike do to you?
Everything.
I'm still having, like, I'm flipping through trying to get Van Helsing's voice right since I did a second pass at it.
Mm-hmm. I
I'm
mean,
trying to,
Help that you've
I'm trying to get
toxic
it-
yourself.
yeah,
yeah, that's true.
you
I'm
talk to
trying to
yourself
get
so
it
much.
a bit more I do talk to myself a lot. That is true.
I'm so sorry.
But at least one of the voices is like this, and one
Yeah.
of the voices is not like this. I don't know where this voice goes to at all.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I completely and utterly forgot that Sholmes was in this for it. Like, I was like, wait a
Sholmes,
minute.
though. Like, Sholmes, I get to use this voice for... Not that. I don't know what the fuck accent is that, but
I don't even know what the fuck that is. But yeah, so we'll see you guys next week on 8 p.m. as always, next Tuesday, and we're probably gonna wrap this on Valentine's Day. So yeah, it's gonna be romantic and a lot more palatable than Saint Germain ever was. So, anyway, everyone say bye.
Good night.
Scary, scary, scary.